on the same
Yeah, people are now back
wanting to
willing
go
to travel.
out, travel.
With the rise of ChatGPT, the physical work hasn't really got affected.
The top 25 fastest growing jobs according to LinkedIn's Jobs on the Rise. So this is a list that LinkedIn put together based on data from worker profiles, companies.
Say like a jobs that companies post?
Yes. So the LinkedIn economic graph, they're the ones who put together
Okay.
this study. They examined millions of jobs from 2022 to 2024, and they calculated the growth rate for each job. And so they looked at the ones with the top positive growth throughout membership base and job postings.
Interesting. So like before even we get started, 2022, 2024 is also when the layoffs happen, right?
Yes.
So I wonder if the trend carries into 2025 as the economy recovers, or if there was a temporary job increase. So I'll be interested in diving into it.
Yeah, I think no.
Okay.
I think it won't necessarily affect. And I don't think you'll be surprised, actually, but
Okay.
we're excluding internships, volunteer positions, interim roles, student roles. So these are jobs.
Okay.
So shall we start with, so there are 25, but I think I'll like kind of skip through some that maybe we don't have too much insight on and really go deep into the ones that we're like, oh, we have something to say about this. So you can feel free to jump in as I kind of count off
Okay.
the jobs. But number 25 is commissioning manager.
Commissioning manager.
They oversee and coordinate large-scale projects, construction, engineering, verifying systems and equipment.
So that's like a physical worker. It's interesting because with the rise of ChatGPT, the physical work hasn't really got affected quite yet, or that might be the last thing to be affected. So they're probably not the ones to go, having less jobs. There might even be more jobs
now. Yeah, more construction, more people going out, going back to work too, right? That's going to be an impacting factor. Think similar to that is instrumentation control engineer. That's number 4.
Okay.
They design, maintain, and test equipment to monitor machinery and processes.
Okay. So there's more hardware.
Hardware, yeah, that's a big theme. 23, chief revenue officer. Oversee an organization's revenue generation processes and work with sales and marketing to maximize business growth. I mean, that's a concern, I think, for such a lot of companies right now.
We did hire chief revenue officer.
Oh, you did? Okay, well, there you go.
In Fresh Consulting, too, because like the revenue being the top priority, right? When the economy is down and we're struggling, right? So, so that makes sense. So far, it makes sense. Yeah.
22, advanced practice provider. So they provide healthcare services to patients, conducting medical assessments, diagnosing conditions, prescribing treatments.
Which
also known as nurse practitioner, physician assistant.
Yeah, that's been on the rise for a while, I think.
Yeah. And then the population is aging, right?
Yeah,
and there's less and less newborns and less children to take over. So they're probably trying to find more advances in that too, right? With less younger population to take care of the older population.
Yeah, I think what happens is that as like a cool jobs, like a cool tech jobs come up on the market and like, even though previously, maybe a decade or more ago, like things like software engineering and working in a tech company weren't like the cool job. Now it is, right? Because of the remote working and possibilities to make a lot of money in form of salary. That I wonder if more people are going towards that and then going towards less of a traditional like nursing or those jobs that are more like somewhat more guaranteed that you make.
Oh, you think people are going to less more healthcare?
I think the shortage is also happening because there are more cool jobs out there. Like people want to start their tech job, a new startup or tech working at a tech companies
Mhm.
versus like nursing seems like, oh, the job has been around. There's nothing new.
Oh, so you're saying that's why this it's as low as it is on this list, that it should be higher on the fastest growing?
No, I wonder if the swing is coming back.
So the more to wanna be more in healthcare.
Yeah.
I think it's because a lot of tech jobs are not as
And
stable as they thought it would be. I wouldn't say that.
is this a job secured or is this a job posting? Because I was actually
Mhm.
assuming that this was more about job posting, less of jobs being secured or landed.
Yeah, these are job postings, so this is
Posting,
what's
right? Yeah.
being looked for,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say is that there are more job posting for nursing
Mm.
available because a lot of people are not going through that route, right? So there's a shortage.
Oh, you mean there's a short okay, got
Yeah,
it, yeah.
shortage equal more posting. Not so much that more people are applying,
Mm.
but more people are like,
Yeah, then I wonder what the numbers are for people applying, that could be
yeah,
good to look at.
because I know someone who became software engineer after becoming nurse practitioner and they were like, no, it's not my thing. I'm gonna work at a tech company, and that was
Oh,
in
okay, so they
Seattle.
left.
Yeah, so there's like so much options for smart people
Mhm.
uh, to work in tech company and potentially make more money. It seems
Mm.
like better, easier life than
Mm.
dealing with the people's lives. So
Well, I mean, easier, I mean, I guess, like, less at stake. It
yeah,
gets
less at
really,
stake.
like,
Yeah, and
messed up at
less
times.
probably less memorization. Not to say tech jobs are easier, but like seems more cozy and
Mm. I mean, I guess there's a more possibility to remotely too,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
'Kay, 21 is nuclear engineer.
Okay. So there's more power plant stuff. Kind of
Yeah.
makes sense.
Well, I wonder, where does that come from, the power plant? It's more, trying to, find alternative or focus on alternative sources of energy. I think there is,
Yeah,
an energy crisis in
yeah,
ways, yeah.
yeah,
Trying to rely less on gas.
yeah. I'm trying to see what percentage is just because of the shortage,
Mhm.
not so much the demand is
Mhm.
increasing, but
And keep in mind, we're still at the lowest
yeah,
the lowest end of this list. We
yeah,
still have
yeah.
higher to go. 20th is research librarian.
Okay.
I wonder if that's and there's more of this because you would think books are more physical, but now I think they're trying to digitize probably a lot of materials. Maybe they're looking for someone with like more of a digital skill set to
Interesting.
save this
Yeah.
information. 19 private equity analysts. They identify and evaluate investment opportunities.
I guess in the downtown economy, it's also a good chance to purchase business at a cheaper price.
Okay, yeah, that's good
Makes
insight.
sense. Yeah.
Right. 18 bridge engineer. Construction and maintenance of bridges. Okay, I've been saying it
Is
for
that the
8
one in
years.
San Francisco?
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, which one did it collapse? Not San Francisco. There's a one bridge that collapsed in with the ship hitting last year.
Oh, yeah, I don't
Forgot
remember.
which one, but probably not related to that. But
I mean, a very important job. I
yeah,
think, like, yeah.
I mean, I guess even where we live, right? Like the not, I guess it's more freeway bridge, not the
Mm,
over the lake bridge.
yeah,
But yeah, I guess there's more traffic they have to control through making bridges. Makes sense.
concerning safety. Um, yeah, a lot of these jobs I'm looking at too, they have location. They're like located in New York, a lot of them. So I wonder if this is pretty. Although nuclear engineer is Seattle, which is interesting, where we
But so far, a lot of these are
before.
physical,
Mhm.
like has to do with the physical
I mean, they're
properties.
going up too, right? So that kind of tells us too about where's the investment going these days, like
Yeah,
in these physical properties still. 17, chief growth officer. Develop and execute organizational strategies to drive
similar to
revenue,
CRO.
right? Yeah. Yeah. Expand market presence. Because I think growth is a really big thing to focus on, especially with yeah, there's I think we'll see kind of where that's coming from at the top of this list. So 16, director of employer relations.
Okay.
They build and maintain partnerships with employers to enhance recruitment initiatives and create internship or job opportunities for students and job seekers.
Okay. Yeah. With the low availability of jobs, I can see
Mm.
someone who mediates the job seeker and the employer.
Well, and I wonder if they're trying to make it easier too for like um those young in their career, like internships, to be able to find internships and roles. I think it's easier actually to spot for companies when they offer internships these days. They have a very
Mm,
specific section for early, like, career, then they have, like, mid-level career. Like, I'm noticing a lot more companies, like, splitting it out that
Hmm,
way too. So, I think there's kind of a focus on maybe growing different paths or there's, like, a way for you
huh.
into the company. 15 grants consultant,
Uh, is
helping
it for a
organizations.
nonprofit
I think so, organizations.
or because grants can come from nonprofit but can be awarded to for-profit companies.
Mhm.
I know that we apply for some of that, even though we're for-profit,
Oh, okay.
to utilize a nonprofit budget that
Mhm.
usually has to help like a city or group.
Yeah, it says most common industries, nonprofit organizations, business consulting services, fundraising.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Land agent, number 14.
And then another
Property
physical property.
transactions, right? And how a lot of companies are returning to work. So, they want to have people come back. So people, put money back, right, into the businesses. 13, treasury manager.
Treasury management.
Oversees an organization's financial assets by identifying and mitigating risks, managing cash flow.
Makes sense.
12. Okay, this one will be interesting. Although this one's a little high on this list, so I'm surprised it's not lower. Artificial intelligence researcher.
Uh,
They advance AI technologies with solutions or develop new ones through advanced research.
which makes sense with the rise of all the AI in recent years.
What's interesting is it also says what kind of roles people transition from to an AI researcher, and it's machine learning engineer, data scientist, and research assistant. So they're transitioning into AI.
Uh, I mean, yeah,
This user,
machine learning and all that stuff is also AI, but
yeah.
AI is like a more abstract, bigger umbrella that includes generative AI and machine learning and all this stuff. So yeah, it makes
Mhm.
sense for them to shift towards the chat GPT hype
Mhm.
compared to more traditional role that they played in the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 11, community planner. So this is develop plans for land use, like public design programs for infrastructure and community development. I find this to be really interesting. And a big issue now, especially in the US, where we don't have what we call third spaces necessarily anymore, like coffee shops that you can hang out all day or areas where people can just like
Mhm.
meet and have community without like it being expensive. You have to pay for it, or it becomes like a nightclub or a bar later, or it's just a work setting. There's really no in between. So I can see how the US is focused
I
more on building that.
I heard recently Starbucks now requires you to purchase something before you use bathroom. Yeah.
Oh,
Before you used to be like I guess before they had a policy where you don't care.
or
Like
let's say you
you're
just don't pay
supposed to care.
attention.
Yeah.
You just go in and go out.
Yeah. Apparently before it was like, yeah, you come and go, but now they are
Mm.
starting to require apparently. So it's interesting that even more less of a third space.
Yeah, but I wonder like how to mitigate that. But sounds like they're working on that or wanting to build out more. 10 security guard, monitor, protect property, people, assets because of potential threats.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's a growing job.
Yeah.
So I guess I mean, as we can see from some like events happening recently. 9, sustainability specialists. Existing environmental and social impacts. That's what they analyze, design strategies to promote resource efficiency. I mean, I feel like these days
That's
with
probably
more.
cost cutting, probably
Oh yeah,
role.
true. Like
Yeah.
efficiency is what they call that too.
Yeah.
And just not as many resources. Or I feel like even with people who are in organizations with a lot of layoffs, like now whoever's left has to take on more,
Yeah.
be more efficient. Yeah, I think we can see that there. 8, outside sales representative.
Okay, yep, that makes sense. Yeah,
Companies need to
you gotta
sell,
need to
right?
sell. Yeah, you gotta sell. Yeah.
And I think they're trying to do more face to face, it looks like, building customer relationships, which in a way, though, I feel like with like millennial, Gen Z generation, we're not super a lot, not really sales focused. So this is going to be, I can understand why this is a fast growing job, but I wonder if there's like little, like less desire to do this kind of role as well, with maybe people choosing to want to stay like behind the computer and want to choose like a coding route or like
Yeah.
a route where they're not having to interface
Yeah,
in a
maybe
simple
more
way.
indoor. Yeah.
And this is after a pandemic too, if you think
Yeah.
about it. So we're seeing the effects there. Director of development. oversee an organization's fundraising strategy, donor relations to portfolio management. So financial support, like, so trying to get funding, right, and grants,
Yeah.
things like that. So how to generate more revenue.
Yeah, lots of physical and finance roles so far, which
Yeah.
totally makes sense.
And then 6 kind of similar on that vein, event coordinator. So more in-person activities I'm seeing too. From 2022 to 2024, now there are more jobs on the rise to plan physical events. So it's not just online or social as it's been for at least years, right?
Yeah, especially like wedding and stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
because people waited for the COVID
Yeah.
and people are on the wait list. And after COVID, then you gotta, a lot of couples now have to, like, or can now marry, but there's probably a long wait list of people.
Yeah.
To do.
I wonder if this also includes like brand activations too for events. Like maybe they're trying to invest more.
Yeah, I think things are coming back.
Like, physical
events.
like events.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to build that up more with that. Number 5, travel advisor. So that, I guess that is kind of on the same, like,
Yeah, people are now back
wanting to
willing
go
to travel.
travel,
Yeah.
maybe like work, become digital nomads again.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
We
like
know a lot of friends who recently are planning to go to Japan. Like, I think we have the group we hang out. I think a lot of them have been doing international travel.
I see a lot of memes too and reels of people going to Japan.
Oh yeah,
Talking about
saying the bidet toilet.
Okay, wow.
Like,
Yeah.
convenience store. Yeah, missing all this stuff. Yeah.
Or when the trip finally gets out of the group chat and you go to Japan. Like I see a lot of videos like that. Number 4 is workforce development manager. Design and implement training to upskill employees in your existing areas. This one I find interesting because we have a ton of layoffs, right? And so is this in a way trying to, for the existing workforce, like within a company, give them an opportunity to upskill?
We have had that in our company too, because one, when you run out of work, then what do you do with the people you have, right? So it's time to upskill. And also a lot of people need to catch up with things like AI and some new technologies. So
like some training.
yes, trainings. Yeah. So it does help to keep the morale up, rather than not having anything to do. Where you divert their effort into like learning, and
that makes sense. Yeah, trying to expand their skills. I think it's good if you can keep as many people as possible doing that too, right? Number 3, physical therapist. Is this because we are all beyond the computer and not stretching and working out our actual physical body? This is on the rise. So maybe if you're looking for a job outside of a computer, you can help people who work on computers all day. All right. This is getting closer, I think, to your branch of knowledge or expertise. Number 2, AI consultant. Assist organizations with adoption and integration of AI technologies to meet business goals.
Yeah, I know several people have started the new role or new company or new new role company, and then I'm also in the realm of. For me, it's more like always adopting the latest technology and consulting clients. So, for me, naturally fit in there. But yeah, I see the rise.
That's the second top growing. So we're just going to see more and more of these roles. And I feel like probably not as many experts maybe that can fill those.
Although those jobs might say 10 years of experience.
Yeah, and it's like...
Yeah, it's like, well, nobody has 10 years of experience in ChatGPT.
Unless you were the one who built OpenAI.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. You're one of those consultants. Yeah. All right. Number 1. You want to guess what number 1 is, actually?
It's got to be... Is it something that's like hype on a hype?
Yeah, it is pretty hyped up.
Man.
There's some substance, but yeah, it's pretty hyped up.
Besides AI, I feel like...
Or it could also be AI. It could,
Oh, it could be, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be non-AI.
I mean, I would guess like AI related, like software engineering type job, or like a prompt engineer type job.
What's your final answer?
Let's say prompt engineering, which is easier to get into, has immediate impact, and every company kind of needs someone who knows prompt engineer.
Yeah, you're pretty much like right on there, but AI engineer. So I just went a deeper level, right? But develop, design, and implement AI models and algorithms So,
Mm,
but yeah, I mean,
yeah.
prompting is part of that, right? Prompt engineering. That's
Yeah.
number one. That's the
That's like a yeah, that's like a low level skill and then wait, no, high level skill? High level skill?
the second one is consultant,
Yeah,
right? So that's
consultant,
less. But then I think they need people to like implement more,
yeah.
right? That's more important.
Yeah, because worldwide you need like not just OpenAI, you
Mhm.
need your own AI models trained to either start your business or have a private models that's
Mhm.
not relying on OpenAI.
Yeah.
And even OpenAI, I know the best paying engineer were paid almost like $1 million in salary.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's
Such a because it has such a huge economic impact
Mhm.
on the the market now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I guess yeah, a lot of physical, a lot of finance, but the top is still whatever is on the hype, whatever
right.
can generate most money probably.
I mean, businesses want to say that we've implemented some kind of AI like
Yeah.
assistant or agent in some way, right?
Yeah, that would increase the stock
Mm.
probably value too. Because
Yeah.
when you say AI, kind of like when you used to say, "Oh, we do blockchain."
It's like a buzzword. Yeah, that's a
Buzzword,
good
yeah.
we throw that in there, and
Yeah.
so it looks like we're more valuable, which I mean, it might be, and maybe you can speak more to this, like if it actually makes sense for most industries
Yeah.
to have an AI sort of offering, or if it's just really hype, like fluffy hype,
Yeah.
you know?
Cool. Any surprise for
I
you?
Not really. I think this goes in line with more people are returning to work and we're not staying home and working a lot. Like it's interesting. I think like remote, like fully remote jobs, oh, it's not going to change. There's still a lot out there. I think we'll see a lot more new, smaller businesses will be remote only, or that will be their selling factor to get people in. But I think more and more big businesses, I think with their investments in like offices and also trying to revive cities. I
Mhm.
think they want people to go back to work in some kind of way. And so a lot of these jobs like that have to do with like a building or community, like physical community, things like that. Um,
That
I
makes
think are
sense.
gonna there's a resurgence and we kind of see
Yeah.
kind of build that up more.
That would also help the local businesses that are physical too, like
Hmm.
restaurants and all the community stuff. So
Yeah, to give them a reason to be
yeah,
there. I think that's the big thing. And travel too, like to help the global, I guess, community, right? That helps a lot of countries
yeah.
flourish.
Well, let us know if you're surprised by the list or if you fit into one of those role that's on the trend. And it'll be interesting to guess what will be like in 2025 because I
Mm.
think landscape might be changing from 2022 because that was still in the era of like a lot of layoffs happening and hopefully we're coming back out of that downturn economy and maybe different kind of jobs gets like maybe beyond the trend. So
Mm.
let us know what you think in the comment section and like and subscribe and hit the bell for notification. See you next
Thanks.
time.
Bye.
Bye.